What is up, guys? Dakin here. I just finished up my 2006 Raptor 700 build and was browsing Facebook Marketplace when I found another.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now. This is just for us now. Yeah, I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl.
So this is the new project. It's a 2020 Raptor 700. Went and picked it up from a guy on the east side of the state. It does start up. It idles pretty good actually, but it smokes quite a bit when you give it some throttle. Not sure exactly what's that gonna be. I'll tear apart the top end. I'm thinking somewhere, I imagine it's probably rings or maybe even a score in the cylinder. Hoping it's not valves, but if it is, that's not the end of the world. It's pretty dirty around here. First thing I'm gonna do is probably wash it up. But I think that frame will clean up pretty good. Right here, maybe I have to get some frame protectors or something. I don't think I'm gonna tear it down as much as I did my other one, but I think it'll be a great four-wheeler. I'm gonna rip all these light bars off there. I'm not a huge fan of light bars, especially, I assume these are the cheap ones. They're really bright. I'll turn them on for you. Really bright light bars, but I don't ride at night very often. I think they look a little chintzy. Maybe for the right guy, something like that would be useful, but I'm probably gonna take those off. Right here, frame, if you can see that, the frame looks like it ran into something, so I'm gonna have to straighten that out. Not too much going on other than that. Wiggly right there. Pretty dirty rear swing arm. Doesn't look like it's had much grease, but it's only a few years old, so hopefully it's not too bad. Thinking new tires. These ones aren't bad, but they're 10 wide Sun F tires. I've had them on one four-wheeler before and just wasn't a huge fan. Front tires need it for sure. I think what I'll end up doing, needs a new seat cover. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is, if I can grab this seat off of here, getting new front plastics. It's 150 bucks, I think, for new front plastics. And then I can get black too to match the back, and then be a fresh start for whatever I want to do for a color scheme for graphics. Should be a fun project. I think the first step is going to be to get these cleaned up. I think I'll go pressure wash it now and then rip off the plastics and then pressure wash it again, try to scrub the frame, rip off that lower piece right there, maybe even pull out the light bar. Not sure if I'll do it right now or after I wash it, but yeah, should be a really good four-wheeler. It's got the HMF slip-on and the pipe on there. Got some no-name air filter, I think, with the nice CNC mod, so maybe I have to put OEM back in. Yeah, should be a really fast project, and we'll see how it goes. I think I'll try to do it in the frame too, but let's go wash this thing up first of all. So we got it back in from getting it cleaned up. Got the first layer off at least, but now what I want to do is peel off the front plastics. So I'm looking at most of these tabs right here. Most of these look pretty good on the upper plastics too. Most of those looked alright, so I don't think I'll have to replace any of these, but it still makes me pretty angry. Everything else is coming apart alright though. Looks pretty good. Now time for the back plastics. So one of my favorite parts about these newer machines is mostly tight. They haven't been apart 15 different times. I've noticed that, like especially on that 2006, a lot of these bolts were stripped out. I mean, you can tell this one had its fair share of redneck fixes, of course. Like we got zip ties under the fenders here, but realistically, most of these bolts that I've pulled out have not been too hard to get out. Fender came off in one piece. Like, even if it had been abused, it didn't have that long to be abused, so. Ooh, check that out. So most of the time when I'm doing a full rebuild on things, I put all my parts in bags and label them, what's going where. But I think since I'm gonna be not taking this thing all the way apart, I'm leaving a lot of these brackets in here. What I'll try to do is actually put some of these bolts back where they came from. That way it's impossible to lose them. Normally I'm pretty good about it, but every once in a while I have that. The wiring diagrams on the user manual are pretty good, but every once in a while it's always best to take a photo of where things are routed. So these all go right through there. I think since I have it to this point, I'm gonna try to get rid of all this wiring for the light bars. He did a pretty good job by the looks of it. Put actually some fuses in there. Switch was right up here. Even got some kind of USB or something right here. 12 volt plug-in. Kind of neat. But I think I'm gonna, yeah, yank all this off there. I think he did some pretty good maintenance on it actually. The only crime against this thing was riding it too hard, and what kind of a crime is that really? So this tray comes off here by sliding down and around. Oh, there we go. So I can't tell for sure yet, but it's looking like he actually routed this LED from the headlight, which I am not a huge fan of that. There we go. Yeah, that's not too friendly. So I might need a new connector there. Yeah, that's a big mess. I'm not a huge fan of those. Don't know what brand light bars these are either. Oh, what does that say? Nightlight? I don't know what they're going for there. Nightlight. I assume it's some kind of Amazon brand. I'll have to look it up. Never done one of these style videos where I kind of record myself working on it. So have to let me know if you like it. Sure, it'll be a little longer. Off that goes. So right here, it looked like he had just fused in some auxiliary plugs, so wonder what he ran off of that. Kind of neat though. I'm not really sure what's going on with these grab bar bolts. It's like he replaced them, but not sure what he was going for. I want to see if I have some spare ones that are actually the right size so I can tip it up. That feels a lot better. New bolts in there. Peel these stickers off too quick while I'm at it. This is where I put all my old junk stickers. Alright, I think it's time to wheel this thing back outside and get another layer off. So we're gonna try to tear into this top end and see what's going on next. all cleaned up for the most part. Just got back from Florida actually. First step is pulling the gas tank. Not too bad. I actually have my first mod before I tear anything apart. One of those little gas tank vents, I had it laying around just so I don't lose it. Woo! Yeah, that's in there. This is the protector. So we are missing one bolt right there, it looks like, which isn't the end of the world. The front ones are the specialty ones. They have these long spacers on the inside. I think we'll be able to find a new set for the rear ones though. Shouldn't be too bad. Right here, this is what I was talking about for that special spacer. At least we didn't lose one of those. Oh, look at that. I guess he had one already. So, looking at this, it's pretty darn identical to that 2006 still. I think this little rubber flapper here might be a little different. I don't think I have one, unless it was just missing on the 06. That would be bushing for the stem. It's a weird stem. I wonder if that's original or not. I assume so. Just when you think you got it all cleaned up, there's always more dirt. And I don't want anything falling down into the engine when I'm getting that apart. So I'll try to clean it up a little bit. Next step here is going to be disconnecting some of the air intake, your throttle body, and this exhaust here. So I don't think it should be too bad. Yeah. These cables are actually really nice. That's one thing about my other one is just every little thing was rusty. I had to replace one of the cables because it was binding a little bit. Felt like it had almost been melted right next to the exhaust here. So I think that should be fine. I'm gonna pull this exhaust off here. I'm a pretty big fan of this header versus the split one on the 2006s. Those are just kind of a pain to separate because you had a second piece that would go in right there. And then this one just slides out super easy. Up next, I'm going to try disconnecting this blob right here. So I'm going to try to pull, I'm not sure if I'm going to disconnect the boot or just bend it from up here, but something like that. So I'm looking around here. I think my next step is to drain the coolant so I can get this hose off there. I'll have to disconnect this oil line. Should probably drain the oil too. I'll do an oil change on it for sure, but I'm not sure if I need to do that now. Other than that, this is disconnected right there. I got these to disconnect. Other than that, it's not too bad. So this is a different thing too. I think they call that like an EIS plate or something. And I've heard of people just doing block offs. I'm not sure where that goes to even. Where's that? Oh, that's that little, huh. So this goes all the way from there back to the air box. I wonder what that, is that like a valve or something? I'm not even sure. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Kinda neat. All right, we'll go grab that bucket. Time to drain some coolant. I've done worse. Done a lot better too. There we go. Now we can kind of start pulling the engine. So these are the motor mount on top. So now to get ready to pull off the head, I'm gonna have to pull out that cam chain. That cam chain runs up around through here. Right here is your tensioner. So this will have to come off, and then I'll pull this cam cover off. I'll do that quick here. There we go. We're gonna pull this cam gear off right now. So when you're timing it, you run your top dead center and then you line up the gears. So I'm gonna pull up this tensioner quick here. Definitely don't want to drop one of those down there. So I got those two. And then let's take off. Oh, geez. Wrong one. There we go. So this chain likes to fall all the way down in there. But there is the cam chain guide that it will usually rest on pretty good. If not, then you can just reach down in there and grab it. Okay, so now we're ready to take out our head bolts. So there's the 4 on top, 5, 6, and then underneath there's a 7. I think the 8 is over here too, so can get to pulling those out. One bolt. That's 2. 3. 4 up top. Pull you down here quick. pop this oil line off. And then we are attached on the side here with another Allen, so pop that guy off. There we go. Got our 2 crush washers on there. Where'd this guy go? Hiding from me. Pull that out of there. Got that one. And there it is. Got everything there. Pulling off these underside head bolts now. After this, all I'll have left is those Allen ones on the other side. Oh. Got these 2 out. So right now we're ready to pop this bad boy off. Oh, never mind. She's just gonna peel right off nice and easy for me. Check that out. So got the top end torn apart, and right here is our problem. So you can tell there's some uneven wear right there, and that is causing that oil to pass by our piston and shoot smoke out the exhaust. So gonna have to either get a new cylinder or maybe even replate this one, because I think an OEM cylinder is like $600 or something, I wanna say. Might look into a couple aftermarket options, but I'm pretty sure I'll keep it stock bore. Head looks all right. Gonna have to adjust these valves before I put everything back in. Hopefully that explains why we're getting oil. I don't think I'm gonna do seals on this one. So the other nice thing about this Raptor is, I'll show you when I go through it, but it's adjustable rather than the shims, which I like quite a bit more, because then you don't have to go out and buy shims, and I don't have 15 different kits of valve shims to shim all the different kinds of four-wheelers. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm gonna pull that piston or that cylinder off real quick, get to look at that a little bit better, and I guess I can order up parts now. So now we're gonna take this cylinder out. We got the 2 bolts right there, the retainers, and then the 4 right in there for your studs. I don't know why. That's the second time I've tightened. feeling around in the bottom end, and that actually feels pretty good. There's no up and down play in that, so pretty happy with that. Make sure no dirt gets in there. And get parts ordered up. So here it is at the end of the day. I think I'm gonna end up ordering a new cylinder or look into that, getting replated. I think depending on what kit I do, I might get a new piston too, or just new rings, one or the other. Gonna have to order up a gasket kit, and then I think that should be good for what I need here. That'll get me my new cylinder, and then head will be all ready to go too. The valves look pretty good. I'll clean those up a little bit before I put it back together. Everything else looks fine. There's nothing broken or unexpected that I ran into. So have to order up the mechanical parts, and then maybe order up some fancy, look good, flashy parts too. Need new grips, that kind of thing. Maybe new tires, we'll see. And then after that, just getting to putting everything back together and get this thing ready to ride. We just got some more snow the other day, so we're not quite ready for four-wheeler season. Still got about a foot of snow, I'd say. Oh, it is super hard snow though, so there's a chance. Other than that, yep, I'm gonna go look into ordering parts now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Finishing up editing this video, and I was here and I figured I might as well show you some of this. So this is where I keep track of all my costs and what parts I need. So this is my list so far of what I'll probably end up putting on there. And the kit that I was going for is this one right here, I think. So I've heard good things about the Athena kit. It's got Wisco pistons, so that's a good brand. I'm gonna call around tomorrow, see if I can get some more information on getting that cylinder replated. But otherwise, if I can't find anybody for a reasonable price, I'll probably end up going this way. But yep, I'll keep you guys posted when parts start showing up and get this Raptor back on the trails.